You've been told to eat more vegetables. Every doctor says it. Every diet recommends it. But what if I told you some vegetables can actually send you to dialysis faster? That's right. After age 60, your kidneys become more fragile. They filter slower. They struggle with excess minerals. And certain vegetables, the ones most people think are healthy, can quietly overload your kidneys, trigger stones, spike your creatinine, and even cause heart arrhythmias. Let's be clear, this isn't fear-mongering. It's the reality of aging kidneys. And the danger is, most people don't know it's happening until it's too late. You may feel a little more tired than usual, or notice swelling in your ankles, or your doctor mentions your GFR has dropped, or your creatinine is climbing. That's your kidneys waving a red flag. And the shocking part, the problem might be sitting right on your dinner plate. But here's the good news. In this video, we'll expose the 6 vegetables that secretly hurt your kidneys, and show you 3 powerful alternatives that can protect, cleanse, and even begin to reverse the damage. One of them might already be in your kitchen right now. So stay with me, because if you want to avoid dialysis, what you eat next could change everything. Villain number 1, the potato. Yes, the humble potato, mashed, fried, roasted, baked. It's on nearly every dinner table. But here's what most people don't realize. Potatoes are potassium bombs. Just one medium-baked potato contains anywhere from 600 to 900 milligrams of potassium. That's half or more of your entire daily limit in one food. And after 60, your kidneys struggle to filter potassium efficiently. That means it builds up silently in your bloodstream. The result? Hyperkalemia, dangerously high potassium. This isn't just a number on your blood test. It's a condition that can cause irregular heartbeat, muscle paralysis, sudden fatigue, even cardiac arrest, without warning. Some people try to double boil potatoes to lower potassium. Boil, drain, then boil again. But let's be honest, how many people actually do that every time? And here's the twist. You might think sweet potatoes are safer. They're not. Sweet potatoes contain just as much potassium, sometimes even more. So if you're swapping rice or pasta for potatoes thinking you're eating healthier, you may be putting your kidneys at risk. There's a better way. Coming up, I'll reveal a kidney-safe substitute that's just as comforting but doesn't overload your potassium budget. But first, let's talk about one of the most trusted superfoods in the world that may actually be a silent enemy. Spinach. Villain number 2, spinach. It's green, it's leafy, and it's on every superfood list out there. But here's the truth, no one tells seniors. Spinach might be one of the worst vegetables you can eat if you have aging kidneys. Why? Because spinach is packed with something called oxalates, and not just a little. Just half a cup of raw spinach contains over 750 milligrams of oxalates. That's 15 times the safe limit for people with kidney concerns. Oxalates are natural compounds found in plants. But when your kidneys are filtering slowly, oxalates don't get flushed out. Instead, they start to accumulate. And over time, they combine with calcium in your body, forming sharp, jagged crystals called kidney stones. These stones don't just cause pain. They scrape and inflame the delicate tissue inside your kidneys, leading to further damage, infections, and even faster loss of kidney function. Let me tell you about Margaret, a 63-year-old who wanted to lose weight and lower her blood pressure. Every morning, she drank a green smoothie loaded with raw spinach. She felt healthy, until one day, she doubled over in pain. It was a kidney stone, and not just one, multiple. Her blood work showed elevated creatinine, and her doctor's words shocked her. Cut the spinach, immediately. Margaret had no idea. She thought she was helping her body, but she was silently flooding her kidneys with oxalates every morning. You might be doing the same, without even knowing it. So what's the fix? First, stop eating spinach raw. Boiling it for just 1 to 2 minutes can reduce oxalate content by up to 80%. Always drain the water afterward. Second, don't eat it daily. Spinach is fine occasionally, but not as a daily staple for anyone with kidney risks. Third, make a smart swap. Try these low oxalate, kidney-friendly greens instead. Kale, great in soups, sautés, or even lightly steamed. Romaine lettuce, crunchy, fresh, and safe. Bok choy, light, low oxalate, and full of nutrients. Arugula, peppery, flavorful, and easy on the kidneys. Because not all leafy greens are created equal, and for someone over 60, spinach might be doing more harm than good. Now let's move to a vegetable that looks beautiful on your plate, but hides a dangerous secret that hits your kidneys twice as hard. Let's talk about Swiss chard. Villain number 3, Swiss chard. It's vibrant, it's colourful, it looks like health on a plate. Red, yellow, green stalks. It's beautiful. But behind the beauty, Swiss chard is a dangerous double agent, attacking your kidneys on 2 fronts. Here's why. Swiss chard is very high in oxalates, just like spinach, but it doesn't stop there. It also contains a heavy dose of potassium. So while your kidneys are trying to eliminate oxalates to prevent stones, they're also battling excess potassium to keep your heart rhythm stable. It's like a 2-punch combination, and for aging kidneys, it's often too much to handle. What makes Swiss chard especially dangerous is that it looks like a superfood. It's popular in Mediterranean recipes, high-end restaurants, and even diabetic meal plans. But if your GFR is under 60, or your potassium is above 5.0, Swiss chard can silently push you toward kidney injury. It can cause elevated creatinine, oxalate crystal buildup, hyperkalemia, and faster progression toward dialysis. And here's what's tricky. Most people don't know this. Swiss chard isn't talked about like spinach or potatoes, but it's just as dangerous, if not worse. So what should you do? Avoid raw Swiss chard completely. If you must eat it, boil it and throw out the water, but still limit it to rare occasions. Swap it for safer greens like steamed green beans, sautéed zucchini, lightly cooked kale or collard greens, because your kidneys don't care how pretty something looks on your plate. They care about the burden it brings. And with Swiss chard, that burden is silently damaging. Next up is a food many believe supports heart health, but it turns out to be a Trojan horse for your kidneys. Beets. Villain number 4, beets. They're praised everywhere, for blood pressure, for circulation, for energy. But when it comes to your kidneys, beets can be a hidden heartbreak. Let's start with the facts. Beets are loaded with oxalates, just like spinach and Swiss chard. But they also come with a high potassium punch. That's a dangerous combination for anyone with compromised kidney function. And here's the real kicker. Beet juice, often sold as a health drink, is a concentrated form of both oxalates and potassium, meaning every glass is a perfect storm your kidneys have to battle. Let's talk numbers. A single cup of beets can contain over 650 mg of potassium and 152 mg of oxalates. Now imagine blending that into a juice and drinking it daily. That's what millions of people are doing, believing it's healing them, while it's silently scarring their kidneys. Even worse, beet powders and superfood mixes. They're often marketed as heart healthy or anti-aging, but they're even more concentrated and even more dangerous because there's no fibre to slow absorption. So, what should you do? Skip the beet juice and powders altogether. Avoid eating beets more than once a week if you have kidney issues. Always boil beets to reduce oxalate content, and toss the water. And if you're craving something earthy and colourful, try steamed carrots, roasted parsnips, or mashed cauliflower with turmeric beets. May look like they're helping your heart, but they may be breaking your kidneys behind the scenes. And now, let's talk about a vegetable that's often overlooked, but quietly dangerous in restaurant portions and senior diets alike. Asparagus. Villain number 5. Asparagus. Most people think asparagus is safe. It's green, it's elegant, it's served in upscale restaurants and praised for being low calorie. But here's what you might not know. Asparagus can quietly overwhelm aging kidneys. Why? Because despite its reputation, asparagus is surprisingly high in potassium. Just 6 spears, a small serving, brings you close to the high potassium threshold. And who eats just 6? Most restaurant plates serve double or triple that amount, which can easily dump 400 to 500 milligallons of potassium into your system in one sitting. For someone with strong kidneys, that might be fine. But for seniors, especially those with reduced GFR, that's a risk. A real risk. High potassium, Fahren's hyperkalemia, Guashim's heart irregularities, muscle weakness, and worse. And here's the twist. Asparagus is also a natural diuretic. That might sound helpful, but if your kidneys are already struggling, forcing more filtration can add unnecessary stress, especially when you're dehydrated or low in electrolytes. It's a sneaky saboteur, posing as a healthy green while placing a hidden burden on your kidneys. So what's the move? Enjoy asparagus sparingly, not as a staple. Never pair it with other high potassium foods like potatoes or tomatoes in the same meal. And when in doubt, swap it out. Try steamed cabbage, roasted zucchini, lightly sautéed green beans. They offer similar textures, without the potassium overload. Now, let's look at one final comfort food, vegetable, that becomes downright dangerous once it's concentrated. Tomatoes. Villain number 6, concentrated tomatoes. We all love them. Tomato soup, tomato sauce, pasta, pizza, ketchup. Tomatoes are comforting, nostalgic, and everywhere. But here's the heartbreak. Concentrated tomato products can quietly wreck your kidneys. Let me explain. Fresh tomatoes on their own already contain a moderate amount of potassium, around 290 milliliters per medium tomato, but when you concentrate them, like in tomato sauce, paste, juice, or ketchup, you're multiplying that potassium without increasing the volume of food. Just 1 cup of tomato sauce can contain over 900 to 1,000 milligallons of potassium. That's almost half your entire day's kidney-safe limit in one sitting, without salt, cheese, or other high potassium ingredients added. Now imagine this. You eat a plate of pasta with tomato sauce. Add a side of pizza. Dip your fries in ketchup. Drink a glass of vegetable juice. You've unknowingly given your kidneys a potassium overdose, and they're struggling to keep up. And that's not the only issue. Commercial tomato sauces are often loaded with sodium too, sometimes over 800 milliliters per cup, creating a double whammy of pressure on your kidneys and blood vessels. That's what makes concentrated tomatoes especially dangerous for seniors. Too much potassium, too much sodium, too much frequency. So what can you do? Use tomato products sparingly, not daily. Always check labels for potassium and sodium content. Make your own sauce with roasted red peppers or blended carrots and garlic for a safer option. Or swap it all together with bell peppers, sweet, colourful, and kidney-friendly steamed carrots, soft and naturally sweet, cabbage-based sauces, surprising and satisfying. Because yes, tomatoes are tasty, but your kidneys are more important. Now that we've covered the 6 villains, let's turn the page to hope and meet the 3 healing heroes your kidneys need. Let's start with the most surprising one of all, cauliflower. Hero number 3. Cauliflower. You might think it's bland, boring, just a pale substitute for the real stuff. But cauliflower, this overlooked vegetable might just be your kidney's best friend. Here's why. Cauliflower is naturally low in potassium, roughly 176 millimoles per half cup, compared to 900 plus in potatoes. It's also low in phosphorus, making it ideal for those with reduced kidney function. But that's just defense. Now let's talk offense. Cauliflower contains a powerful compound called sulforaphane, a natural detoxifier that helps neutralize toxins, reduce inflammation, and protect kidney tissue from oxidative stress. It's like sending a bodyguard into your kidneys to fight the silent inflammation most seniors never even realize is there. Let me make it practical for you. Mashed cauliflower, a perfect substitute for mashed potatoes. Cauliflower rice, light, fluffy, and way easier on your kidneys than grain-based rice. Roasted cauliflower, toss it with olive oil, turmeric, garlic powder, and bake until golden brown for a flavorful, kidney-safe side dish. Want to make it taste incredible? Here's the trick. Roast at 425 degrees MSM for 25 minutes with a pinch of cumin and paprika. The edges caramelize, the center stays soft, and the flavor is bold without needing salt. Because when you're trying to heal your kidneys, you don't need boring food. You need smart food, and cauliflower is smart. Now, let's move to a vegetable you've probably used your whole life, but never realized how powerful it truly is. The onion. Hero number 2. The onion. It's humble, it's cheap, and it's hiding in nearly every dish you cook. But what most people don't know is the onion is one of the most underappreciated kidney healing foods on earth. Here's why. Onions are naturally low in potassium, just about 160 milliliters per half cup, making them incredibly safe for people with declining kidney function. But that's just the beginning. Inside every onion is a hidden weapon, a powerful antioxidant called quercetin. Quercetin is like your kidney's personal bodyguard. It fights inflammation, neutralizes oxidative stress, and even helps improve blood flow to kidney tissue. And there's more. Quercetin has been shown in studies to lower blood pressure, reduce protein leakage into urine, and support healthy filtration rates in people with early-stage kidney disease. That's not folk wisdom, that's science. And here's the beauty of it. Onions are easy to use in almost every meal. Add them to stir-fries, soups, stews, mix them into cauliflower mash or kidney-safe rice, eat them raw in moderation, or cook them down to unlock even more flavor. Want to take it a step further? Try caramelizing onions. Slice them thin, cook them low and slow in olive oil until they turn golden brown. This not only deepens the flavor, but creates a rich, savory base that reduces the need for salt. That's right, onions don't just heal your kidneys, they help your whole body by replacing sodium with natural flavor. So the next time you're cooking, don't skip the onion. Now let's move to the number 1 kidney protective vegetable of them all. A food so powerful, it's been used for centuries as medicine. Garlic. Hero Zaza 1, garlic. It's ancient, it's powerful, and it might just be the single greatest food for kidney healing. Garlic has been used for thousands of years, not just as a spice, but as medicine. Here's why. Garlic is extremely low in potassium and phosphorus, making it one of the safest flavoring agents for people with kidney issues. But that's just the beginning. The real magic of garlic lies in its active compound, allicin. Allicin is a natural anti-inflammatory and antioxidant that helps reduce blood pressure, lower oxidative stress, and improve key kidney markers, including creatinine and proteinuria. One clinical study found that garlic extract helped slow the progression of chronic kidney disease and improve GFR levels, all without adding strain to the kidneys. But here's something most people don't know. You have to activate the allicin. How? Use the 10-minute rule. Crush or finely chop your garlic. Let it sit out for 10 minutes before cooking or swallowing. This resting period allows the enzyme alliinase to convert allicin into allicin, the healing compound your kidneys need. Skip this step, and most of the healing power is lost during cooking. Once it's rested, you can sauté it with onions as a base, mix it into salad dressings, swallow it raw in tiny amounts for medicinal purposes, or roast it whole to create a sweet, mellow flavour. Garlic is your ultimate ally, a protector, a detoxifier, and a circulatory booster. And the best part? It brings deep flavour to your meals without salt, without additives, and without hurting your kidneys. Now that we've met the 3 healing heroes and exposed the 6 hidden villains, let me tell you the story of Robert, and how he used these exact swaps to take control of his kidneys and his future. Let me tell you about Robert. He was 68, a retired mechanic, tired all the time, swollen ankles, creatinine climbing. His doctor said the word no one wants to hear: dialysis. Robert was terrified. He didn't want to spend the rest of his life hooked to a machine, but he also didn't know what he was doing wrong. He thought he was eating healthy: baked potatoes, spinach salads, tomato soup, protein shakes, foods that were praised by magazines, but were quietly pushing his kidneys closer to failure. Then he saw this list. He removed the villains: potatoes, spinach, beets, tomatoes, Swiss chard, asparagus. He replaced them with the healing heroes: cauliflower, onions, garlic. He followed the 10-minute garlic rule. He caramelized onions instead of adding salt. He swapped mashed potatoes for roasted cauliflower with turmeric. And within 3 months, something amazing happened. His swelling reduced, his creatinine dropped, his energy came back, and his doctor paused the conversation about dialysis. Now, he says one thing: every meal is a chance to heal. And now, it's your turn. Which one will you try this week? 1. Will you swap potatoes for cauliflower? 2. Add garlic with the 10-minute rule. 3. Replace tomato sauce with roasted bell peppers. Type your answer in the comments below, because your choice might inspire someone else to save their kidneys. Like this video if you learned something new. Subscribe for weekly senior health tips that could change or even save your life. And share this video with a loved one who needs this information before it's too late, because your kidneys have protected you for decades. Now it's your turn to protect them.